So you can come into a Shavasana type position. Go ahead and spread out and either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. And allow the backside of your body to release back into the floor. Come into a nice slow rhythm with your breath, inhaling until you're full and exhaling until you're empty. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. Let's begin by sliding arms overhead and stretching out long through your arms and legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, and flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release. And bring the right knee to your chest and give that knee a good squeeze in. You might even give a little jiggle, releasing deep into your hip crease. And then we'll straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot a few times. Going to your deepest flex. Full point, and then a couple of big ankle circles, getting to the full range of motion. Go in both directions. And then bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right, and straighten part way or all the way out to the side. You can support your leg however it makes sense for you. Keeping the back of the left leg grounded. And then release. Bend your knee in and bring it across. Spinal twist. Open out through your right arm. Let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And then staying in your twist, straighten your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal, letting your fingers and toes reach away from one another. Roll back onto your back, bring both knees in, and then take a little circle or rock with your knees, feeling what's touching the floor, a little massage for the lower back and sacrum. And then grab hold of just the left knee. Drop the right leg long. Squeeze that knee in close. Maybe a little jiggle. And then straighten the left leg up. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times one way. A couple times the other way. And then release. Bend your knee in. Open your knee out to the left. And straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of the right leg. Let's release. Bend your knee, bring it across. Spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then straighten your left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. And then release. Roll back onto your back, bring both knees in. A little circle or rock. Let's drop the feet to the floor. We'll get set up for a little bit of core work. Start by drawing the belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. And then we're going to cross the right leg on top of the left, eagle, like eagle, shins parallel to the floor and the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And we're going to lift the head and chest up. Now this will be pretty much it. We'll just add a very small movement. As you exhale, draw the legs together and up. So squeezing inner thighs together and up, and then as you inhale, release that squeeze. Very small. So the whole time, head and chest off the floor. Each exhale, little squeeze of the knees together and up. Keep the belly drawing in strongly the whole time. Take one more like this. And then release down. Place your hands at the front of the right thigh and then press your hands into your leg and press your legs into your hands. So you're just matching your own resistance. Knees are trying to push to your chest, but your hands won't let them. And the whole time, belly pulling in strongly. Can you relax your face while you do this? Last breath. And release. Unwind and switch. Other leg on top. Shins parallel to the floor and the ceiling. Lift the upper body up. And then just a small movement. Legs squeezing together and up. Feeling the subtlety and the intensity of it. Belly pulling in strongly, but relaxing what's not needed. Keep relaxing the neck, shoulders, face. One more like this, and then release. Hands to the front of the left thigh. Push your hands into your leg. Push your legs into your hands, matching your own resistance. You get to decide how much pressure. You might try a little more, see what your edge is. And then release. Let's drop the feet to the floor. We'll just take a couple of simple lift and lowers of the head. So interlace fingers behind the head again. Exhale, lift the head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's just take two more. Last one. And then release. Stretch long. Bring your knees back in, another little circle or rock. And then let's make our way up to sitting and come all the way into a high push-up position. So you can set your hands near the front of your mat. Step the feet back. Bringing your whole body into a straight long line. Feel the connection of the head to the heels. Strong core lifting up, supporting you. Shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up, and then come into your back bend. And this can be as low or high as you like. Cobra or up dog. And then back to down dog when you're ready, hips high. Take your time getting into this first down dog of class. You might pedal out your feet a little bit. You can move around in any way. Feeling what it's like to be right here. And drop your knees and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. Coming back to ease as often as you can. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Come back to center. Lift up through table. Come back through down dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards one another and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You might take a sway or shake out here. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Let's step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. You can bring hands together, feet can be together or apart, standing tall. Take a full A-series sun salutation. Next, inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, part way up. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Here we'll take 5 deep breaths. That could be in down dog, but it could just as well be in child's pose or sitting or on your forearms or knees. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, when you're ready, take your right leg up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. And then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Let's grab the left wrist. Take it across for a little side bend. And then over to the other side. Grab your right wrist. Take it across. Come back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Hips low, heart high. Let's release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go, like Ragdoll. Let your head hang, let your neck release. Stretching that left leg as straight and long and high as you can. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Deep bend in the front leg. One more breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. Take your time. You might take a vinyasa. You might move in some other way. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, and then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge, arms up. Sink low. Grab your right wrist, take it across, little side bend. Come over to the other side, grab your left wrist, take it across. Back to center, interlace fingers behind your back, other thumb on top this time. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks, finding ease even here in this powerful pose. Last breath. Step back. Warrior one, inhale, arms up. Settle in. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest. Any neutral shape. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips go low, head reaches high. Engaging the abdominals to support the back. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, shift forward and find your balance. And you can modify or adjust however you need to. You choose your arm position, the angle of your upper body. Supporting leg can be bent or straight. One more breath here. Step back. Warrior one, just one breath. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. Same thing other side. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three. How much can you feel here? Making whatever changes, adjustments you need to. One more breath. Step back. Warrior one. Release through a vinyasa or your movement transition. And settle into a good rest, letting go of all of that. One more deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Come in. Step right back to warrior one. From here, open out, warrior two. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior. Let's straighten the front leg, triangle. As much space and length as you can. Let's pull back up to standing. Come through warrior two and into extended side angle. You can bring your forearm to your thigh. Top arm rotates and comes overhead. Try and find a straight long line through the whole left side, from fingertips all the way to the outer edge of your foot. One more breath here. Release, hands to the floor, make your way back to down dog through any movement transition. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back, warrior one. Open out, warrior two. Feeling where you are, using what you feel to help you make little adjustments. Let's flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Let's pull back up to standing. Come through warrior two and into extended side angle. Forearm to thigh, top arm rotates and comes overhead, connecting the whole right side. Straight long line. Last breath here. Release. Make your way back to down dog. And then settle into a good rest. Letting go of everything we've just done, everything we might do. Let's come back through down dog. Step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Let's take a few balancing poses. We'll get steady on 2 feet. You might shift your weight side to side or a little bend in the knees to tune into the soles of the feet. Great way to get grounded is to feel what's touching the ground. And then we'll move over to one side for tree, vrikshasana. Right leg comes up as high as you're able, as low as you need, anywhere above or below your knee. Arms can be out to the side, or prayer position, or up. Can you stand even taller? Feel the foot that's on the floor and lengthen all the way up past the top of the head. Let's release. Shake that out. Same thing, other side. Left leg comes up as high as you can, as low as you need. You can choose your arm position. And then release, shake that out. Get steady on 2 feet again. Let's try King Dancer, Natarajasana. So we're going to turn the right palm to face out, bend the right leg and take hold of the inside of the foot. Left arm can be up, and then start to kick your foot into your hand. You might tip forward a little, but more than anything, go up, reaching high through fingers, toes, head, chest. Gently release, shake that side out. Get grounded on 2 feet, and then we'll turn out through the left palm, take hold of the inside of the left foot, right arm can start up, and then kick your foot into your hand. A little bit of a tip forward, but more than that, go up. Last breath. Release. Shake that out. Bring feet hip width apart. Take hands to the top of the buttocks. We're going to roll the shoulders back, roll the elbows back, and then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can, sternum rising up. release, fold forward. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. If you're able, grab your big toes with the first 2 finger and thumb. You might need to bend your knees quite a bit in order to reach. Lengthen your spine and then pull the top of the head towards the floor. Imagine putting little spaces between each of your vertebrae. Lengthening out the spine, the neck. And then release. Let's lower down onto the knees. And we'll get set up for Camel. If you want to pad your knees, you could either roll up the front of the mat a couple times, or if you have a blanket or cushion and want to use that, you're welcome to. We'll come up to a tall kneeling position. Try and have the pelvis neutral. If you tend to overarch the lower back, a little bit of a tuck, dropping the tail, lifting through the belly. And you can use hands on the top of the buttocks to help with that. Roll the shoulders back, the elbows back, just like we did standing. Lift the chest. Look for space here. Now, if you like, you can stay here or reach back for the heels. If the heels are too far to reach, tucking your toes will give you another couple of inches. If it's still too far, then keep hands on the buttocks. You're welcome to keep your head forward the whole time or look up or dunk it back. It's up to you. Let's release, come up, take a seat back, neutral spine, couple breaths. And then we'll take that one more time. So you're welcome to take the same thing again, something more gentle, something deeper, something different. Listening to your body. And stay as long or short as you like. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 breaths. Maybe it's a longer hold. We're learning how to feel even when there's intensity or uncertainty. So more important than what you're doing is that you are feeling what you're doing as best you can. Whenever the pose is finished, let's take child's pose as a counter stretch. You can spread out the lower back. Feel free to take any movement here, including a rabbit pose. If you like, you might grab the heels and pull against them to round your back even more. Let's make our way back to down dog. If you want to take a vinyasa or any movement, feel free to do that. And then we'll get set up for a pigeon pose, right side. I'm going to slide the right knee forward, scoot back through the left leg, help the hips get as low as they'll go. And then see if some support would be useful here. You might use a little prop under your hip, under your chest or forehead. Could rest your forehead on your hands. Can you feel the movement of your breath here? Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. If you have something under your right hip that's in your way, move it out of your way so you can lean to the right. And let's come into half hero. So we're going to bring the left knee forward, and then you might adjust your right leg. So the left knee points straight ahead, right in front of your hip, and left toes point straight back. You might need to roll your calf muscle out of the way, and feel free to experiment using props here. A lift under the hip can make a big difference if it's too tight in the knee or hip or ankle. Padding the ankle if there's tightness there can help. And then we're going to lean back onto the hands. You can pick up the hips for a moment, tuck the tail, and keep tucking as you release the hips back down. So we're opening up the crease in the front of that left hip. You can stay on your hands or experiment coming lower, maybe onto one elbow, could come to two elbows, could come all the way back. Now, if none of this works, there's also an alternative pose that you could just lean onto your right side and take the left leg back without the pressure on the knee. So please take care of your body. Some knees do not like this pose. If yours do not like it today, do something different. Keep directing the stretch from the hip to the knee, tucking the tail. And then to release, we're going to lean to the right, straighten out that left leg, and just give a little rub to the joints, the knee, the ankle. You could give your ankle a little circle or rub. And then adjust the right sole of the foot to the left inner thigh for janusirsasana. We're going to fold over that straight left leg. You can either grab your foot, use a strap around the foot, or hands on the floor, or some combination. We're going towards length, towards folding, whatever amount you're able. Let's release, make our way back to down dog. So you might take a seated vinyasa. There may be some other movement you want to take, integrating what you've just done, feeling the difference on the two sides. When you're ready, pigeon pose left side. Bring the left knee forward this time. Scoot back through the right leg. Help the hips get as low as they'll go. See if some support is useful. A little something under the hips, chest, or forehead. And then release into the support under you. Releasing towards the floor. Let's bring the upper body back up. If you have something under your left hip, move it out of your way. So you can lean to the left and then come into a half hero on the right side. So bring your right knee forward. You might roll your calf muscle out of the way. Right knee pointing straight ahead, right toes pointing straight back. Add whatever support might be useful. Pick up the hips for a moment, tuck the tail, and then release the hips down. You can stay on your hands. can experiment with coming lower. If you want to skip the pose or do the alternate pose, you might roll onto your left side and just take the right leg back without pressure on the leg. Trying to go right to your edge without hurting yourself. If there's excess pain in the knee or the lower back, it's not worth it. Do something different instead. So we're looking for the best stretch, the least discomfort. And then lean to the left, straighten the right leg out. Give a little rub to the knee or ankle, working out any tightness in those joints. And then we'll fold over that straight right leg, janusirsasana. Left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. Use your hands wherever they're going to best support you, whether that's on your foot or strap or the floor. And then release. You can take a seated vinyasa or any other movement transition. Evening out the two sides. Let's come all the way through to sitting. We'll bring soles of the feet together. Konasana. You can grab your toes or your ankles with that grip, lengthen and fold. Elbows may push into the legs, or if it works better for you, you could lean into your hands or elbows. Going towards length, towards folding. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's take Gait Pose. Open the left leg out to the side. Keep the right leg where it is. We'll bring the right arm up and over for a side stretch. You can support yourself on the inside or outside of that straight leg. Big yawning reach. Let your head fall towards the floor and take that top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down, stretching right side of the neck. Keep your head hanging as you push into the bottom hand to come up, and then use that hand to help lift your head. Same thing other side, switch the legs. Left arm up and over. Big reach. And then let your head fall towards the floor, top arm out and down until your shoulder pulls down. Keep your head hanging as you press into the bottom hand to come up. Use that hand to help lift the head. And then open both legs wide. Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. Have your feet and knees pointing straight up. You can support yourself with hands on the floor behind you or in front of you. You might shift further forward if that's possible. Keep going towards length, towards folding, meeting your edge, breathing there. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Let's bring the upper body back up. Lean back, draw the legs in, a little shake out. Let's come back onto our backs. Bring both knees in. And just check in with your body. If you were to wrap things up in just the right way for you, what would that be? You might take some more back bends. You could take an inversion, restorative pose, more forward folds, a twist. Really anything or nothing. If nothing's needed, you can just start getting comfortable, ready for your final resting pose. The end of class is a good time to practice tuning into your own needs. We've spent the last hour or so getting in our bodies, feeling around, so the lines of communication may be more open. What do you feel like doing? It doesn't even have to be a yoga pose. You can just wiggle around a little. Each time you finish something, you can just ask again what's needed now. When nothing else is needed, you can start getting comfortable. If you want to adjust your clothing or grab props. Eventually finding your way to a symmetrical, relaxed position for your final resting pose, Shavasana. When you do, you can let go of the control of your breath. Let go of trying to do anything. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. And roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. And letting that gratitude expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide. Maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.